18 Degrees North is brought to you by
Hello, I'm Zara Burton and welcome to 18 Degrees North. It's from right here in Kingston, Jamaica, where every week we're going to take you on a global journey with us as we bring you a newer perspective on Caribbean affairs. And we begin tonight in Jamaica, which has one of the highest incidences of adolescent pregnancy in the Caribbean. Government figures showing some 18% of all live births occurring to teen moms. But this statistic obscures a shocking reality. Children younger than 15 years are getting pregnant. In fact, Latin America and the Caribbean is the only region where the birth rate among girls under age 15 has risen. How is the state tackling this serious health, social, and even legal challenge? To get some answers, we're staying right here in Jamaica at 18 degrees north and 77 degrees west. For most teen girls, high school is about learning and having fun. But for more than 7,000 girls in Jamaica every year, high school gets interrupted as student life gives way to motherhood. 18-year-old Shachelle is one of them. As a child, she says it was her very own father who encouraged her to become sexually active. She asked us to photograph her this way.
Anytime I go down there for lunch money,
Anytime I go down there for lunch money, he tells me to go and get a man, or I should make my mother go get a man and take care of me.
and all those stuff.
One Christmas at a local treat, she met the man who would eventually father her son. She was 12, he was 22. After about a year, the relationship turned sexual.
Me offer him.
I offered him because he was good to me.
Well,
Every morning he makes sure to wake me up at a certain time, 5 o'clock to get ready for school when I'm on the morning shift. He prepares my breakfast for me and makes sure to give me my breakfast money from overnight and my lunch money.
At only 13 years old, Shachelle says she was having sex with her boyfriend 3 times a week and without her mom knowing.
Just love having sex with him.
I just loved having sex with him. Never used a condom. He said I was his personal, so he doesn't have to use a condom.
At 13, Shachelle became pregnant.
Well, it was hard, very hard. When it reached 7 months, oh God, I went through a rough time.
Since Shachelle gave birth in 2010, more than 440 other girls under the age of 15 have also given birth in Jamaica. Though the legal age of sexual consent is 16, many of them end up pregnant and here at this government-run center for teen moms. Zoe Simpson is the center's acting executive director.
The vast majority of these girls were engaged in sexual activities because maybe they were experimenting. Baby fathers would, in a lot of instances, be their peers, yes, peer-to-peer sex, and they're just really having a good time. There are some, mind you, who would have been raped and some who would have been in incestuous relationships. Those are very few.
14-year-old Shanika was raised in a strict Christian family, but got pregnant at 13 for her 17-year-old schoolmate after experimenting with sex just once.
Everybody was talking about having sex and I wanted to try to.
Shanika's parents never discussed contraceptive use with her.
I believe I fail as a parent in the area of not introducing contraceptive and probably not allowing her to be more open with me, sharing things with me and so.
The challenges facing teen moms are many, from the physical and emotional trauma of giving birth to schooling.
To know that all my friends are in school and I'm out and everybody see me looking at me and talking stuff because I'm young and I can't say nothing to them because I'm the one carrying the baby and they are not carrying the baby, so I went through a lot of shame and disgrace.
There's also the legal question of when and whether to punish the men who get girls under 16 pregnant.
There is a young man's defense where an accused person who is under age 23, who is convicted of an offense for the first time and who can show that he had a reasonable belief, an honest belief, that the complainant was above the age 16 or 16, would have a defense. Probation is sometimes ordered. Very strict guidelines are usually given as to the fact that this person has to shoulder their responsibility to the child.
For Shachelle, the state did try to arrest her baby's father, but he went into hiding.
Sometimes I'm sorry that he didn't face the charges because right now he's not taking care of the baby. If they had arrested him, they would have put him in a job and then he would have to take care of the baby.
Shachelle's son is now 3 and is supported by her mom and her sister who lives overseas. That's because she herself is jobless and had several problems finishing school, first of which was readmission to her old institution.
When I went down there, they said they couldn't accept me back because the other children knew about it. I said, that's not my business. I came back here to learn, not to watch people. But they said they couldn't accept me back.
It's stories like Shachelle's that prompted the government here in November to launch a new policy that guarantees school-aged teen moms get readmitted to the formal school system once they give birth.
This is not optional anymore. Yes, this is government policy.
Under the old policy, it was up to the discretion of the school.
It's no longer a negotiation for the girls. Their space is retained, not necessarily at the same school, but a space is in the school system for them. It's mandatory that they come to the program, then they go back to school.
Clearing the readmission hurdle is one thing. Graduating these teen moms is another. Through the Women's Center, Shachelle enrolled at a different school. But like almost half of teen moms in Jamaica who restart their education, Shachelle dropped out again, this time after being unable to afford her exam fees. Now as a stay-at-home mom with no qualifications, Shachelle is determined to figure out how to stand on her own 2 feet and provide for her son.
I'm going to go back to school.
I'm to go back to school and I know I'm going to get my certificate to go and do some courses and I'm going to do it. Father God is going to make me do this and ensure that I can take care of him to the fullest.
Jamaica may have succeeded in slashing the rate of teen pregnancy in half. It's now the 4th highest in the Caribbean, behind the Dominican Republic, Guyana and Belize. But stories like Shachelle's and Shanika's and thousands of other teen moms, where the odds are now stacked against them, highlight just how much further the country has to go.
The preceding segment was brought to you by